Welcome back to this training series. In this video, I'll be giving you a full tutorial on how to use the Google Search Console. When you sign into your Google Console account, overview is simply the summary of everything going on your site, from performance, coverage, experience, enchantments. So it's a summary of everything going on your site. So let's go to performance. Under performance, we have total clicks. Total clicks is the total number of clicks you got on the web. Total impression is simply the total amount a page or a post on your site has been seen on search engine, that is Google search results. And average CTR. Average CTR is average click-through rate. It is the division of total clicks over total impressions times 100. That is what resulted to 0.6%. Average position is simply the position, overall position of all the pages on my site, on this site. So this is what resulted to 81.6. So in order to improve the total clicks, total impression, average CTR and average position of the site, you need to improve the individual pages or posts on the site. Search type. Under search type, you can choose the one you want to see. For this result, it is displayed for web. You can choose image or video. If your site is more of video, you can click on video to see the result of video. News, and you can also compare web and image or web and video. You can do comparison with this. Dates. This stats you're seeing here is the stats for the last 3 months. On a default, on Google Search Console, on a default, it usually shows results of the stats for the last 3 months. You can change it here if you want. Last 28 days, last 6 months, last 16 months. Also, you can compare dates too. You can compare last 7 days with the last 3 months or whatever, depending on what you want. Okay, let's scroll down to queries. Queries are simply keywords users use on the web results to search for what they want. So this is an example of query. So when the user type this into the search engine, this particular query generated about 158 impressions. That means it was seen for 158 times on the web, and the position is 35.9. This position here is the average position of this query for all the countries in the world. If you search for this query on the search result, it may not give exactly 35.9, which is 35.9 is simply that this query or the page that has this query will appear on the fourth page of search engine. But sometimes it doesn't work that way because of the country and time of updates. The last update was 12 hours. So it was updated again. This might have changed. It might have changed and it has not been updated on Google Search Console. Let's go and look at all the pages. Then you can click on this area to see the query that have generated the highest impression. You can see it is this. Or you can click it again to see the query that have generated the lowest impression. The same with this position. I'm click it to see our lowest result, which is 252, or the highest or the better position, which is 6, how to add featured image in WordPress. To analyze a particular query, to analyze it, click on that query. You can see it has generated it here. Click on page, that is, this is the page the query was generated from. I want to see the country, the different positions, the country where it is being seen. As you can see what I've said, in India, when you type that query, the position is 35.5. Korea, South Korea, 34. You can see it's not the same. You can see the results are not the same, which is 35.9. Whereas in countries we have 35.5, 34.4. So in different countries, the position of queries are different, are quite different. There are a lot of factors that result to this. And for device, you click on it to see the device that was used in search of that query. You can see desktop. Only this is desktop. Normally we have desktop, tablets, and mobile. But for this query, it was accessed only with desktop. Let's go back to the main page. Without clicking on an individual query, when you click on pages, it's giving us, you're going to get pages on the site. That is, pages on the site, and the overall stats: clicks 3, impression 519, click-through rate 0.6. As you can see, this is the page that generated the highest impression, and the overall position of this page is 1, 2, 3. Click on countries to see the country, all the countries that are seen your site. Because Nigeria is the highest here in terms of, okay, not Nigeria, India is the highest. I've seen the site on the web, followed by United States. Then click on device to see the devices. You have, so people using desktop are seeing this site the most, followed by mobile. Then tablet is just 1. The average position is 80.3, 87.4 for mobile, and 16 for tablet. So that is all for performance. So let's go to URL inspection. URL inspection is used to submit a URL to Google Search Console for fast indexing, and is also used when a post on your site has been updated. And also it is also used to check if a URL has been indexed on Google search results. So let's use this as an example. Click on this. You can see URL is on Google. But for a new post, most likely the URL will not be on Google. If you paste it here and click enter, the result you're going to get is URL is not on Google. Then you can press request index. For this particular URL, if I update it, I have made some changes to it. What I will do after typing it and clicking enter is, it said URL is on Google, is to click on request indexing. For index, under index we have coverage. Coverage is where you get information about URL on your site that has been indexed and the ones that have not been indexed, also the ones that have error. From this we have 25 value, that's 25 URL that has no issues that have been indexed, and we have 54 URLs that has not been indexed, that has been excluded. If you scroll down, you see the reason why it was excluded. For this tutorial, you won't be learning how to resolve coverage issues. Rather, in the coming videos, I'll be showing you how to resolve coverage issues if you have one on your site. So let's continue with tutorial on Google Search Console. For sitemaps, if you haven't submitted your sitemap to Google, this is where to do it. In the previous video, I've shown you how to submit your sitemap to Google Search Console. For removers, remover is simply a place to remove a particular URL on your site. You want to remove a particular URL, you don't want it to be displayed on search result. This is where you can do it. You click on new request, type the URL, paste the URL here and click on next, then follow the step to remove that URL. Experience, page experience. Page experience, this is where you get information about experience of users on a site. Scroll down to get more information. Page experience signal for mobile. We're having 15 failing URLs. There are a lot of ways to resolve this, but you won't be getting the info on this tutorial. Desktop, that is all. Not enough site traffic in the last 90 days for complete evaluation. So by the time this particular site start getting enough traffic, you'll be getting info. Core Web Vitals. If we resolve the issue in the previous page, we'll resolve this issue of Core Web Vitals. It's the same. You can see it's 15 per URL. So we are talking about that. The desktop is, there's no stats for desktop. Now let's go to mobile usability. Error, no, valid pages. We have just 15. If there's any error, You will see it here. So we have no issues here. Then for enchantments, I'm going to skip this because it's not usually the same for every Google search console. You can see AMP here. In your own Google Search Console account, you will not see AMP. So let's go on to security and manual actions. So manual actions, let's click on manual actions. Manual actions is when you are being penalized by Google. When you click on manual actions, you see it here, but there's no issues here. So let's go on to security issues. No, we have no security issues. If there's any security issues, it's going to reflect here. Next, we have legacy tools and reports. Under this, I'm going to only talk about international targeting, which is the contact part here. What we are going to do at this point is, if you want your site, if you want to target your site to a particular country, this is where you do it. You click on target users, then select the country you want to use. You can only do this if your domain extension is not country code domain extension. If your domain extension ends with, like, let's say .us, automatically you'll be targeting USA and you can't change it. If your domain extension is .ng, you can't change it. It automatically reflects show Nigeria here. So if your domain extension is also UK, it will be United Kingdom. But as far as your domain extension is .com, .co, .org, you can change it. So your domain extension matters in international targeting. So let's go back to our account. Let's talk about links. Links, we have external links, internal links, top linking sites. External links are simply links that are pointing to pages or posts on your site. Internal links are links from your site pointing to other pages or posts on your site. We have top linking sites. It's almost the same thing with external links. So we have top linking sites. These are sites that are pointing to pages on your site. And if you scroll down, we have top linking text. Top linking text is the hyperlink text used to link to your site from other sites. Let's go to settings. Under settings, if you want to verify your domain, again using different method, another method, you can click here to verify it using another method. Then for users and permission, you can click it. If you want to add additional user, to manage your Google Search Console account with you, you can do that over here. You click on add user, enter the Gmail account of the person, then permission, you can set the permission over here. Associations. If you have Google Analytics account, you can click here and associate it with your Google Search Console. Change of address. Inform Google when your site moves to a new address. So that is what it's used for. If you want to remove your site from Google Search Console, you click on remove property. So that is how to use Google Search Console. If this is your first time of watching our video, please like, subscribe, comment if you have any question. See you in the next video.